Hello everybody and welcome back to Pollywog Nintendo. I'm very sorry I have not been uploading as much recently, but I finally found some time to get this video out. Today I'm going to be going over the Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct and telling you my theories and thoughts. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. The Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct definitely has a lot of information and a lot to unpack. If I leave anything out, I'm very sorry, but I'll try my best to explain everything. At the beginning of the Direct, we see new spots, new encounters. The first one, which we already know is Brewster, was announced back at the Nintendo Direct a few weeks before the Animal Crossing Direct took place. In this Direct, we now see what the inside of the Roost looks like and how it works a little bit. If you go up to Brewster and sit in the chair in front of him, you can buy a cup of coffee for 200 bells. I'm assuming this is like the older games where you can only buy one a day, which is fair enough. If you pay close attention to the room behind Brewster, you can see a bunch of gyroids in there. I'm really hoping, similar to City Folk, that you're able to store your gyroids with Brewster so it doesn't block up your storage. Here in this scene, we can see that other residents we don't normally see outside can come and visit the Roost to get a cup of coffee. Here we have a new feature with the Amiibo phone. Here you can use Amiibo cards to invite villagers of your choosing to have coffee with you. The example they used here was bringing Mabel to have coffee with them. I think it was really cute how the NPCs can invite other villagers to have coffee with you too. I also think it's really nice that how in New Horizons you can also have coffee with friends, because I'm pretty sure that was not in the older games. I will admit that when Kapp'n was announced to New Horizons, I was completely caught off guard. I never thought that he would be invited back, and he was like one of the last NPCs I ever thought would be back. For me, Kapp'n is a very nostalgic character, and I'm so happy that he was added back. He still has the same song and boat ride, but it's just in 4K now, which is even better than ever. I thought it was so interesting on how much the island you go to has changed. Now there's new vines, weeds, and bushes, which is so amazing. It's also so cool how you can go to islands with different times of day and seasons, which is very helpful for when you're trying to find materials or items that you can't find in your current island. As much as I loved Harv's Island, I think it really needed an update, which is exactly what we got, and it's even better than I could have imagined. The fact that Nintendo added a bunch of old NPCs back to New Horizons is absolutely amazing. I know so many fans have been begging Nintendo for this ever since the game came out, and here we go. With the new update, Harv's Island now has its own mini plaza, if that's what you want to call it. The idea of this plaza seems to be similar to the idea of public works projects in New Leaf. It seems like you have to pay off the shops before you can get them. In this scene, we get a look at some of the shops and what they'll look like in this new area. One of my main questions is, since we see some of the weekly visitors we get in our islands here, will they permanently be at Harv's Island, or will we still see them weekly on ours? One of the most helpful features that is going to be added to the update is Reese and Cyrus's new customization shop. Here you can customize furniture you normally couldn't with bells. I know for one thing that all my bells are probably going to be going here. Again, as fans have been asking, Katrina is back in New Horizons as well as the other characters. Here we can see that Tortimer has his own campervan shop as well, but I'm not quite sure what he does. I guess this is just one of the things we have to wait till November 5th to figure out. I think it's kind of funny because a lot of the fans had thought that Tortimer was dead since he didn't show up in New Horizons, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo just wanted to make a point that he's still alive. I like the idea that even though Harriet is helping Harv run this new plaza, she's still able to teach you new hairstyles anyway. This next update has to be one of my favorites. I was a big fan of the morning aerobics in the Animal Crossing for GameCube, and now that it's back in New Horizons, I'm very excited. It's so fun to see a lot of your residents participating with you to do some group stretching in the morning. I mean, what's better than that? As we can see, Nintendo added ordinances back from New Leaf. I'm really looking forward to these new ordinances, but I do have a few questions about them. As you can see, we have 4 given ordinances we can choose from. The first ordinance on the list is Beautiful Island Ordinance. In New Leaf, this would prevent your flowers from wilting and weeds from spreading. I'm not quite sure how this will work in New Horizons since the flowers don't wilt, but a lot of fans are saying that this could stop the flowers from spreading after it rains or after you water them. The next ordinance, Early Bird Ordinance, says that this will make your villagers wake up at an earlier time. For me personally, I think it'll be a bit more helpful if this also matches up with the shops, so the shops would open up at an earlier time as well. The next ordinance, which is the Night Owl Ordinance, I believe is the same thing as the Early Bird Ordinance, but just in reverse. So your villagers would stay up later, and maybe your shops would close later. And last but not least, the Bell Boom Ordinance, I believe, is just when you sell items, you'll get more for them than you originally did. Next, we can see that you can now change the exterior of your house even further. I'm a little confused though, because a lot of these new exterior options seem to already have preset colors and looks. I wonder if you can still change the colors to these new variations, or if you just have to take them as they come. Either way, I'm still very happy that Nintendo added a few more customization options for our house. The next newly added feature honestly really surprised me. I had a feeling that we were going to get another storage expansion, but I mean, moving up from 2,400 to 5,000 is a lot of storage and space to fill up. With the update, we got a lot more redeemable items from Nook Stop. The first new redeemable item is the Island Life 101 service. This is a new app for your Nook phone that will give you all sorts of tips and tricks if you're just starting out for the first time. The next new feature is Be a Chef DIY Recipes Plus. Nintendo has finally done it. I will admit I wasn't very happy about the announcement of cooking in Animal Crossing at first, but once I got to see all of the new crops and items they added, I got really excited. We can see they've added many new vegetables besides pumpkins, like wheat, tomatoes, potatoes, sugarcane, and carrots. We can see this person's villager cooking in the kitchen, and as you can see, the recipes are DIY recipes, so it looks like you have to earn the recipes as you go, like you would if you're crafting something. I really like how you can use the food as a furniture recipe to display it around your house, but I'm not quite sure if you're going to be able to hold it like your villagers can. Next up is the Pro Camera app. So personally, I find this is the one thing about the update that doesn't really make it feel like Animal Crossing. I think it's just kind of weird because we've never gotten this perspective before from an Animal Crossing game. You normally get like a semi-bird's eye view instead of a POV kind of thing. But overall, I am very excited for this new feature because we've never seen it before, so there's always something new to expect in it. The next new feature is the Custom Designs Patterns Plus. This new feature allows you to use Sable's patterns as clothing and wallpaper and flooring now. Next on the list we have Pro Decorating License. This will allow you to now hang items from the ceiling and create accent walls for your house. Now we have Custom Fencing in a Flash. As so many fans have been begging Nintendo for ever since the first trailer came out, you can now customize fencing. The next redeemable item is New Reactions Notebook. With the update, we now get 11 new reactions, and I'm honestly really happy with the ones we're getting. The second to last new redeemable item is the Pro Construction License. The maximum number of bridges and inclines has now upgraded to 10 instead of 8. Last but not least, we have the top 4 fab hairstyles. These 4 newly added hairstyles are really cute, but I don't think I'm going to personally use them for myself because the one I already have fits me pretty well, but I do think these are really cute for anyone who wants to use them. The next part of the trailer shows fences that are going to be added to the game, including park fencing, block fencing, corrugated iron fencing, large lattice fencing, log wall fencing, bamboo slat fencing, green bamboo fencing, log fencing, and frozen fencing. Aside from the other newly redeemable items at Nook Stop, we now have new furniture as well for our islands. A lot of this furniture looks really good, but it's also really helpful too, like this storage shed. If your pockets get full, you can place it outside so it connects to your storage immediately from your home, so you don't have to keep taking trips, especially when you're remodeling your island. I know for one thing, I'll be using this a lot. This new ABD piece of furniture is also very helpful. It connects to the ABD in Town Hall so you can withdraw and deposit money wherever you are. KK has been around for a while now, so I never expected him to release any new music, but I am really happy with the ones we're getting, even if I haven't heard them yet. I'm also really excited that they're bringing music boxes back from New Leaf, and I love the new look too. Because fans have been begging Nintendo for so long to bring gyroids back to New Horizons, I was not surprised at all to see their appearance. But for one thing, I was not expecting the whole gyroid fragment situation, but I will be open-minded to it. The only reason I wasn't excited to get gyroids back was because they're really ugly, but I mean, in this game, they made them a lot cuter, so I'm definitely excited for them again. The fact that you can customize them too now is also another reason I'm excited to have them back. Besides the Happy Home Paradise update, Nintendo is giving us a lot more furniture in New Horizons. We see a few examples of the new items in the trailer, but I know for sure that there's going to be way more. One of the features I'm not totally excited about is this new ladder setup kit. I mean, it's really cool and all, but I don't think personally I'll use them a lot, but as long as other people are getting their use out of it, that's all that matters. Being able to get through smaller spaces now is such a lifesaver. My living room is very spaced out because I could never get anywhere, but now that you can, it's a miracle.
NANI?!
I was always so disappointed that Nintendo never added the feature of having your villagers come over to your house or having you go over to theirs. But now that they added it, I am so happy. I've wanted them to add this feature ever since the game came out, and now that Nintendo finally did, I can thank them so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below what your favorite part of the Direct is and what you're most excited to see in this update. It would be great if you could smash that like button and or subscribe, that works as well. And I'll see you next time on Polywog Nintendo. Bye!